Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, babies in their diapers, welcome to the Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy.
That's me, Tiberius.
Today, we're going to talk about some very awesome stuff. We have a video about minions that help you mine gems, a book about dragons and the Dragonette Prophecy, and we have a totally awesome guest. So today we have the one, the only, the amazing Ronnie Tsunami. Ronnie's the CEO of Rockheed Academy and works on a ton of projects.
Aloha!
Well, today we're going to start off with the video game of the week, and this is going to be a mine.
And now it's time for the video game of the week.
Today's video game is Minion Simulator. This game is made by Liftoff Games. Because it's on Roblox, you can play it on PC, Mac, Xbox, and even your cell phone. And it is free.
What? It's free.
Yes, it's free. And this is the only game from Liftoff Games.
You know, I can't tell you how many times I've spent at least $100 or more just on games, like a whole library of games, whether it's Xbox, PC, VR now, and free 99. I'll take it. I'll take it all day.
So first off, you appear in a starting area and you are offered a pet. You have a pet/miner. Then you walk to a field and there are a number of piles of gems on the ground. You can't run over them, but instead you click the gems and your pet goes and collects them. Then the gems explode all over the map. But if you're standing on the gems, then you get to collect them right away. Big brain thinking.
How many are you getting?
About like 20 in the starting area. Well, you will also get some gold along with the gems. Your goal is to get enough gems or gold to purchase more miners. Go figure! Once you buy more miners, you can go to the bigger gems. Now, if you are lucky, you'll find a crate of gems. These hold over 1,000 gems in one box. This is pretty nice. When you earn enough, you are able to buy access to the next area. You can upgrade your pets and explore more areas. Well, me and my dad played this game, and my dad is 5 areas ahead of me. Next, you can go to like different worlds after a lot of areas, and then the gems change color. Then you have to restart for that world?
Wait a minute.
Well,
Did you just say your dad is ahead of you?
yes.
How many hours is your dad playing ahead of you? Is he playing while you're at
I'm
school?
asleep, so it's kind of like an owl. He's just really tired in the mornings, and then he just doesn't sleep at night. He just sleeps in the morning.
It's so funny. My father used to play games while I was at school, and when I came back from school, because he hadn't come back from work, when he went to work, he would just shut it and he would take the games with him. So I couldn't do anything. That's the competition. Is your dad? How competitive is your dad
He's
in this
pretty
game?
competitive, even though some games I'm better at him that. Because some games he's not that good at, like obby games, jumping games, platformer games, beat games, especially the music ones.
That's you.
Well, I give Minion Simulator 8 out of 10 stars because I really enjoy that you can trade other people miners that you don't want anymore, and then you can build your group and other people's groups to be awesome.
I'm in. Count me in. How do I get this?
And now it's time for the book of the week, Wings of Fire, The Brightest Night. This book is written by T. Sutherland. Let me to the back of the book. In fact, Ronnie, would you like to do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Sunny has always taken the Dragonette Prophecy very seriously. If Priya's dragons need her, Clay, Tsunami, Glory, and Starflight to end the war, she's ready to try. She even has some good ideas on how to do it, if anyone would listen to her. But shattering news from Norseer has shaken Sunny's faith in their destiny.
Wow. Well, this is an era book over 12 whole points. That's a lot of points. And it's rated for 5th grade and 5th month. So, This is book 5 in the Wings of Fire series, and our 5 heroes are traveling from the Nightwing Kingdom to the Sandwings, and Sunny then meets with her mom. She's very happy to see her, but then Sunny finds out that her father is really their friend Marlseer. He never knew. But when they meet the mom, they found out that what happened is that he realized that he was her dad. So yeah. So it turns out the mother's name is Stone Mover, and she joins them in their travels. Then they go to the Skywing Arena because there's gonna be a large fight of Sandwings. There are like 5 dragons from each tribe, and they have to fight in the arena. This fight is to the death, and this is not gonna be pretty.
Hey, is this like a movie? Because this could be a whole movie.
I don't know. I just feel
I think I think we should just. Someone's got to produce the movie of this. 'Cause I'm waiting to see these dragons. Dragons are in. I mean, that's in.
Yeah. Well, I won't tell you anymore because I think you should go read the book, Ronnie. And, by the way, this book is more violence than all the other ones combined.
I'm ready. I'm going to read the book, buy the movie, find everything about this. And it's a game. It's got to be a game. There's got to be a book.
I don't know if there's a game.
Because there's got to be a book, a movie, and games. That's the sequence of anything dragony now.
That's true. Well, I give Wings of Fire the brightest night 13 out of 10 stars because I really enjoyed the massive fight at the end, and it was one of the better books. And also, I'm looking forward to reading book 6 if I can get my dad to find it. That's a pretty thick book too.
How fast can you read that book?
Like a week.
See, it would take me a good month. I take a month to read that.
Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org.
And now it's time for an interview of an interesting person. Today's guest is going to be so much fun. Today we have the one, the only, the amazing Ronnie Tsunami.
Aloha, Tiberius.
Aloha. Well, Ronnie is the CEO of Rock You Academy and works on a ton of projects.
You know, I feel busy, but just watching you here and meeting you and seeing everything you're doing, you're busier, I would say, just full of energy, but it seems like you're constantly moving, doing things. So I look forward to learning your secret.
So first off, how are you enjoying being on the show?
It's been a blast. You're totally unique, man. Totally. Let me put this. I have never, ever met I hate to even call you a kid. You're more than a kid, right? You're what I call a rock star. That's what you are. You're a rock star in your own right, and I look forward to seeing everything that you're going to be doing because you're already a rock star now. I can't wait to see you in 5 years.
I don't know. So to start off, you are listed as the CEO of Rock You Academy. For my listeners that don't already know, what is Rock You Academy?
Rock You Academy, it's an online coaching program. Actually, it's a support program for coaches and speakers and authors. Basically, anybody who wants to change the world. If you've got a message, you got a mission, you want to get it out there, Rock You Academy helps you to develop that message, helps you to develop the coaching programs, to launch your business, to reach more people. As I say, go bigger, go faster, go tsunami style. As we say, we want to see you, be you, rock you, and be that thought leader in the world. And there's a lot of people out there that want to change the world. So that's our goal, to create rock star thought leaders.
So now, how does that make the world a better place?
You'd be surprised how many people have ideas of how to change the world. I think, Tiberius, you're an example, right? You're sharing the message. You're getting people out there. You have a message of being connected, helping people. Same thing. Other people have this message too. And I think it's such a sad thing when someone's got a solution to fix someone's problems, right? They could help someone be physically, spiritually, emotionally, so many different ways of helping people, yet they never reach the people that could get that could actually use that help. So I try to help them to build their message, get that message out, and reach as many people as possible in the shortest amount of time possible, so that we can, as I say, well, back home we say, create a tsunami of aloha, right? Compassion, helping people, and that's what people do. That's what they want to do, and there's a lot of people out there that want to share the aloha.
Mm-hmm. So when did you get started?
I've been building education programs, training, learning solutions, building programs to help people reach more people to support for 28 years now. So it's been a long, long time getting programs out to thousands of organizations and schools actually worldwide.
Mm-hmm. Well, does it take a lot of training to start your own company?
It takes some training, it takes some skills, but really anybody can. If you have a dream, you have something to say, you have a mission to help others, you'd be surprised how many people will help you. So yes, it takes skills, but if you let people know what you're trying to do, how you're trying to help, people will help you, and people lead to people. People will say, "Oh my gosh, Tiberius has this great mission, and I'm going to help Tiberius." And then they'll say, "Let me introduce you to my friend Tiberius. He's trying to reach more people and support them." So people will lead to people, but if you don't tell people what you're trying to do, that's where you end up doing it alone. You don't have to.
Mm-hmm. So what is the coolest part about working at Rocky Academy?
I'd say it's seeing people actually live their purpose. There's so many people that want to help others, and when they find out that they're not stuck, that they actually have ways to get out there to write that book, or to become a speaker, or to go out and do community help in these local communities that they're trying to support. When they find out there is a way to do it, that and seeing them light up and actually get more excited, I think that's the most fun part, is seeing that light bulb. I think for any educator, any teacher, when you see that light bulb go off, and you can actually hear the like the relief that they're going to be able to live their purpose,
Mm-hmm.
that's the most fun part for me.
Mm-hmm. So, what is the best thing you learned about while working this job?
The best thing,
Mm-hmm.
I think the best thing was just hearing all the different solutions out there. There's practically no problem or challenge that isn't solvable. And again, meeting up with all these different change leaders, these different thought leaders out there, I'm just surprised at how many solutions there are out there. When someone says there's a problem, again, if they can't solve it, they know people who can. So that's the best thing, is knowing that there's solutions for practically everything.
Mm-hmm. So, what's the hardest part about working at Rocky Academy?
I, the hardest part is not being able to, it's not being able to do more. Like if it were up to me, I'd want to, every person that comes to me, I want to help and I want to get out there, right? Because I see what's at stake. But the thing is that for some people, other things get in the way, or they themselves get in the way. So the hardest thing is talking to someone and saying, "Hey, you got to rethink things, follow, here's some advice for you." And they turn away and they just say, "Never mind, I don't want to do this, I'm overwhelmed." And that's the hardest thing, is seeing someone who could help others but has excuses of why they can't.
Yeah.
And I can only do so much. They have to be committed to wanting to do the things that need to be done to get out there.
Mm-hmm. So, is this a good business to get into?
Yeah, it's definitely, if anything we've learned in the past few years, is people are reevaluating what's important in life. We found out that life is very fleeting when you think about it. So are you living your purpose? And again, people are starting to step up and go, yes, or starting to find out or recognize that they need to live their purpose. They need to get out there and do more. So people want help, and this is a great business because coaching is a way to share your knowledge. Tiberius, in Hawaii, we say aloha. Alo means to share. Ha means the breath of life. In Hawaiian, people think aloha just means hello or goodbye.
Yeah.
Actually, it means to joyfully share the breath of life. So to me, a job like this, where we're helping people to share their message, to essentially share their breath of life, that's what's cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my dad said that you worked with people with digital marketing and setting up global streaming TV networks. Does that take a lot of work, like manual labor? I'm allergic.
Now, you know what? I am too. I I'm a lazy islander. Let me put it that way. If we're That's why I like what I do. Because think about it. Think about this. Digital marketing requires a mouse, right? I'm clicking. This is not hard work, Tiberius. This is click click.
Yep.
It just like gaming.
Click,
Gaming,
talk, click, click, click.
click. This is suited just for me. Like this is perfect for me.
Trust me, I'm in digital media in my school as first period for an elective. So that's like TCS News. So we do it like once a quarter. It's so much fun. It's like click, 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 click.
Click.
I brought a mouse that way I can actually go faster.
Well, see, now what I wish they would do in school is because when I was in school, I was actually into technology even when I was in school years ago. But I wish that there were jackets. You know how they have the Letterman jackets where they have the big letter and you've got this whole nice sport jockey kind of look. Yeah, I didn't get that, right? I mean I was in band, so I got a little coolness here and there because band had its own uniform, but I didn't have the jacket. I think there should be. Yeah, I just wish that you could click around and with a mouse, and that's hard work, mind wise, right? I wish we got rewarded with a cool looking jacket just for that.
So how do you help people grow their audience and get them to listen to your message?
Have an important message to share, and have again helping people. People will share your message with others if they think you're trying to help, and we say credibility plus visibility equals reputation. And when you have reputation, people find you. You don't have to find them. So if you have credibility, meaning you've done something or you have a mission to help others, you brought together people like on a radio show like this, then you're building credibility. Visibility then is about distributing that content, those testimonials, those stories of change that you built, right? The credibility. Build credibility, then you share that credibility through marketing channels. That's the visibility. And when you have credibility and visibility, then people, like I said, will end up listening to your show, right? They're going to watch you. They're going to look for everything you're doing because you have the credibility and visibility, and that you have a mission that they like and they want to participate in.
Mm-hmm. So could you get more people to listen to the Tiberius show? Or better yet, hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel so I can get monetized?
Of course. Are you kidding me? Tiberius, this is my promise to you, Tiberius. Just seeing what you're doing here and seeing your passion for helping others, right? Because you're getting the message out for people. Together, I'm going to push and do everything I can to get your viewership up, to let people know what you're trying to do to change the world. And let that go viral. Your mission is what needs to go viral.
Well, thank you. So what is that one thing that you think I should work on right away to improve my show?
To improve the show? I don't know. Tiberius, you've got so much already in this show. It's really cool. You know, you and your dad, right, together have put together a top-notch show. If anything, you know what I'd love to see, Tiberius? If you took your show on the road. Like you were going to schools all around the country, right? And then you're bringing together kids and what they're doing and all these different student organizations. You have that on your show. Highlight that and go from state to state or school to school, even just within your particular state.
Yeah.
You can go to different areas of that and start to spread the word and get other people motivated, other kids motivated and inspired to do what you do. And then you show them how to do that. There you go. That's what we call scalability. That's what we call sharing the aloha.
Well, if you could think of one thing that would make your job easier, what would it be?
One job that would make it. I think. I don't know. I have a pretty easy job here, Tiberius. I don't really. Obviously, sponsors or people who more clients, right? The more money we have coming into a business, the more you can do with that money to put into it. So it's just about growing bigger, faster. Again,
Or how
just
about
growing the business.
robots? Like robot mouses that, click. Like you can just tell it what to do and just like click there. Click
You
there.
know what's cool? Okay, you and I are digital marketers, right? We get out there, distribution, we're digital media. Okay, so there was a couple software services I found, and you put in a title. You put in a title like I'm going to talk about building relationships or helping kids in self confidence. I could type helping kids with self confidence, and it would literally go search the net and write up a paragraph or first an outline for me of all the topics, and then I could click one more click, and it would write the content for me. Like it would write the paragraph.
And
I could
all you
write.
have to do is just script.
Just all you have to do is put in not even a sentence. You could just put in words, games, minions, tips, and it would write a paragraph, an outline. Then it would write the paragraphs in it.
Like game, minion, code, tip, Roblox.
And it would go out there and find it. And basically, you could have a whole report done or a script for a TV show or a script for a podcast. And I'm sitting here going, are you kidding me? Like, so I don't even have to think. Like, that's the that's the automated way. I don't know of another job that does it, that has it that easy for us, right? I mean, to me, now if you have ideas, put your ideas,
Students.
a few ideas, boom, it writes it for you. I'm like, okay, don't tell, you cannot tell everybody that their homework can be written with just a few words. That's between us.
So what is the greatest challenge that most business owners are dealing with today?
I think doubt. A lot of business owners doubt themselves, right? There's an imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is when people feel like they're not good enough. They don't have enough skills. They don't have enough money. They don't have enough support or people to help them. And so they feel like they're imposters. They're just not prepared. And then because of that, even if they do pursue a business, right? They start a business, they already make excuses. Well, I can't do this because I don't have this. I can't do this because I don't have this. And I'm not going to try doing this because I just don't have all these things in place, or I'm not good enough. And that's the sad thing, is that if they open their mind to opportunities and to think that, oh, I can do it, I just haven't found the solution yet, but the solution's out there. Just having that mindset opens up and things attract to them. You know, the people will, all of a sudden they find themselves with doors being opened by people. Oh my gosh, how come you're here? I was just thinking I need to be on a podcast, and here you are inviting me to join a podcast, to get out there. I just, that doesn't, the chances of that happening are slim to none when you already closed down the idea because you doubt yourself.
So what is the craziest situation that you've run into while doing your work?
The craziest situation is when I had, the craziest situation for me in helping coaches and speakers and authors get out there is when I decided I was going to launch a 3-day event to help coaches and speakers and authors connect together. I called it JV Jams. And I said, I was going to do it like 3 months later or 5 months later. And I had a mentor who said, no, you need to launch this business in the next 6 weeks. 6 weeks. And I said, there's no way I can do this in 6 weeks. And we did it. We had 190 registrants for this to attend. And we ended up bringing all together all these people who thought we had this planned out for like 6 months to a year. And it was just like, no, 6 weeks, not 6 months. We did it in 6 weeks. And
Not months.
what does, no, weeks. And I said, that right there was crazy, because then it opened my mind. Wait a minute. If I could do this in 6 weeks, then what else can I do?
Smaller in 2.
Oh, it opens up
Or
your
bigger,
thoughts.
like a little bit more.
Then I figured out I had to, it's again learning to challenge yourself and not think that you can't do things. And it taught me to open my mind to my own skills. Here I am telling everyone else, you need to share your skills, you need to get out there, you need to do more, you need to trust yourself. And I wasn't even trusting myself to do this, and I became proof, right? I proved it could be done.
What advice would you give some of my listeners if they wanted to grow up and run a number of businesses like yourself?
Okay. Be used to change. There are some people that do like they sit down and they write things and then they figure, okay, I'm going to follow the plan, and they don't actually stop to see where they're at and adjust the plan. If there's anything constant in business, it's change and get used to technology. So two things. You have to understand that things are constantly going to be changing. You're always going to be learning new things. And what you thought you would do when you first started your career isn't necessarily what you're going to end up. In fact, I would say on average, people have 5 different jobs, at least 5. I have, I don't know, 50. Okay, different jobs along the way in your journey. So don't get so stuck on like what my job is going to be for my career for my whole life. Not going to happen. It's going to change. And number two, technology. I think your dad is a Star Wars fan like me. I love technology. I'm a geek and a half. Right? I'm a techie. I'm a Star Trekkie, Star Wars loving technology because I like to do more with less because I'm a lazy islander. Right?
Mhm.
All right. And well, okay, I like to be more effective.
Okay.
They're lazy. But the fact is, technology, you can do more with less. You can tsunami size. You go bigger, you go faster, you can reach more people if you're not afraid of it. You're not going to blow things up with technology. So entrepreneurs, anyone who wants to run multiple businesses, if you want to do one business, technology is great. If you want to run multiple businesses, technology is a must. You cannot be afraid of it.
That's true. Okay. Well, my dad said that you served in the Air Force. Thank you for your service. Did the work you did in the Air Force prepare you to run your own company?
Oh, yeah, it did. Uh, I was in the Air Force in computer operations. With the supply and computer operations. I worked at the Pentagon
Did you do Morse
in
code?
DC. I did no, but I did code, not Morse code. But we did program, and the fact is that all of these skill sets. You know what I learned about the biggest thing? Although I learned all these tech skills in computer operations, the biggest thing that I learned in the Air Force was the power of learning in the military. You're constantly being trained, and training is paramount. Everything you do, you get trained for, and it's required. You have so many hours of training needed. There's all these different training plans, and if that me getting out of when I left the military, I learned that training keeps learning is lifelong. And if you have that mindset in your brain that you're constantly going to be learning and you should be learning, nothing can stop you because you can always learn new things. You can adjust.
Mm-hmm. Well, I see that you developed marketing solutions for Microsoft, UPS, and even Lockheed Martin. Which marketing campaign are you most proud of?
Oh, that's easy. Microsoft IT Academy. Uh, I built the Microsoft IT Academy for Bill Gates, right? For Microsoft. We rolled out I actually conceptualized a lot of the program, but we built a program that allowed Microsoft to do training on its products in all these academic institutions, high schools, colleges, universities. So I pitched the idea. They liked it. I ended up rolling it out to 2,000 schools in the US. And then we rolled it out to 10,000 schools a few years later.
Okay.
So it was this huge training program in 10,000 academic institutions.
Mm-hmm. So what was so different about that campaign that sticks out in your mind?
Just the scale and speed. We rolled it out to 10,000, well, in 2,000 schools in like 9 months. It was from start to finish, the program. Typically, big companies take time to move. It's very slow. Microsoft went fast.
Well, I run a radio show and podcast that talks about God in my Line Strong segment. How do you include God's message in your work?
Compassion. To me, God is about compassion. It's about not judging people, right? And helping others. At the end of the day, I tell my kids and my grandkids, I have 2 grandkids, and I tell them that the mission in life is to help others. Everything, what's the meaning of life? To help others. If you ask any of my kids what the meaning of life is, they'll say to help others. Correct me if I'm wrong, but God wants us to help others. That's the way I look at it.
True.
And coaches, speakers, and authors, everyone that I'm helping has a mission to help others. So I'm helping those who help others.
Mm-hmm. So what was the first job that you ever had?
My first job, my first job was licking envelopes. I cut my tongue quite a bit on it. I was literally my first job was sitting at a table, being given a stack of envelopes by an insurance company, and folding, stuffing.
Okay. Well, was there anything you learned from that job that helped you be a better CEO of Rock You Academy?
What did I learn? I learned to never give up. Keep going. Everything you do, everything you learn is going to help you in some way. In that case, by licking that many envelopes and never complaining. I never complained.
Did you ever get a paper cut?
I got a ton of paper. I got a ton of paper
That's
cuts.
not good.
Okay. But because I never complained about it, my bosses took notice and I got really good recommendations. I got promoted.
Did you get raised?
So I got raises. I got a raise and then I quit and I got another job that didn't cut my tongue, but that paid more. And they took into account that I was not afraid to lick 1,000 envelopes a day.
So what was the biggest mistake you ever made, and how did it change you as a person?
The biggest mistake I've ever made was thinking I could do everything by myself. Especially when you've got a big vision, you tend to think that you're the only one that understands what needs to be done. And it's very common for entrepreneurs to rely only on themselves. And we're very bad at leadership, right, in terms of delegating at times because we tend to do things all by ourselves. And I would say that was my lesson learned was once I learned that you need to trust people, you can find the right people and trust. But if you want to grow and do bigger things, go tsunami size, as I say, go bigger and faster, then you have to delegate and you have to build a team. Home. Yeah.
Well,
dream big or don't dream at all.
Well, do you play video games? And if you do, what's your favorite one?
My favorite one, okay. My favorite video game is on VR right now. So, and I think your dad would like this. It's the whole Star Wars series on VR. And there's one the bridge Star Trek in it too, where you can be in VR. You're there and you're basically navigating, and you have a starship. So to me, it's all of the.
What is it called?
I love the bridge. It's the whole Star Trek bridge crew game is that's kick butt. No, it's not. See, that's why I don't have
too, so I'm like,
it's a VR. You gotta check it out though. They got a trial version of it,
okay.
And you can do it. But all I know is you're there and you're controlling the Starship Enterprise, right? And then on the Star Wars one, you're fighting, because it's VR, so you have the lightsabers, and I just look weird because I'm in my office just whacking away at the air. If you walk into my office, I'm just swinging right in the middle of my office here, trying to avoid hitting my desk. But yeah, I'm into the VR thing.
Okay, so what is your favorite book to read?
My favorite book actually is right here. This book is called Gifts in Dark Packages. And it was written by my friend Catherine Clark. And Catherine talks about how you can embrace adversity and transform your life and experience. Basically, take all the bad things that happen in your life and consider them gifts. And how do you change it in your mind from being a bad thing into teaching you thing or teaching you new things or helping you learn or helping you see the good in something that you thought was bad. So, Gifts in Dark Packages, my favorite book right now.
Now, can you tell me that one story? Remember, this is a kid show. That one story, well, that you're not supposed to tell me about. Come on, you can tell
me. The one story. I'll tell you this story. Okay, so in 2015, I couldn't walk or see. My joints were all flared up. I had nystagmus, which is my eyes were shaking. But they were shaking every 3 minutes. So I basically felt like I was in an earthquake every 3 minutes. So I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't perform because I was in a band at the time. And I think then I ended up watching a film called Conspiracy, and then I watched a film called Forks Over Knives, and I learned what I eat matters. So I changed my diet, and within a few weeks, I went to a whole food plant-based diet. Within a few weeks, I could walk without a cane, and then a few weeks after that, I could see. My eyes stopped shaking. So I learned that things can change with a tweak to your life, which I did, and I took that, and I ended up from that launching a whole company. Well, I joined the company and launched with them a line of meals. We launched a film on Netflix. We launched support groups
Nice.
worldwide. So, and I became this huge plant-based lifestyle advocate, even though I used to be a meat and eating Hawaiian, right? That would eat eggs and bacon and sausage every day. And then all of a sudden, overnight, almost practically overnight, May 23rd, 2015, I became plant-based. And I think the story there is
Dang.
watch out, right? Because you never know what happens and how your life can change, and you can go in a totally different direction with that. But again, the way I changed was I heard someone else giving tips, coaching people on how to make some lifestyle changes. That's why I'm so passionate about helping other coaches.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you think my listeners should know about you?
Well, one, I love island tropical music as a steel drummer and ukulele player. I used to be a hula dancer, believe it or not. Believe it or not, hula used to be for males only. Totally different dance that you might be familiar with. But yeah, I'm a island loving person. I say island loving trop rock singer in the middle of North Carolina. And when people look at me, it's so funny because they think I'm Spanish, and no hablo español. I don't speak Spanish, but I say aloha. I say aloha, and they think I'm saying hola. So the funny thing is, people look at me and they're like, "What are you doing in the middle of North Carolina?" And I go, "Why not?" My point is, yeah, I like who I am, and be you, see you, be you, rock you, no matter who you are, what you do. Love yourself.
So do you have a Facebook for my listeners who want to follow you?
Yeah, just go to facebook.com/tsunami starter. That's tsunami with a T, tsunami starter, and you'll find me there.
What is that one question that you think I forgot to ask you?
The one question you should have asked me. The one question you should have asked me. I can't think of one. You've asked so many questions that I wasn't expecting. I don't have a. I don't have a question. I think you've asked them all.
Question? Wow.
I.
Not like what's your favorite food or something?
Oh, okay.
Like,
Well, first of all, I'll give you now my favorite food. My favorite food, which is gonna Yes, you should have asked me what my favorite food is, because
what is it?
my favorite food is gonna be something that I never, ever, 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 ever thought I would like at all. Okay, kale. I know. I'm like, why would anyone like kale? Right? Because people think of kale.
Tried.
Okay. Oh, what? What do you mean you never tried? Kale is an amazing, delicious leafy green that has helps
I love
with
spinach. I love spinach.
I'm a wait. Do you love spinach?
I love
I'm a huge spinach fan as well. So kale and spinach. If you like spinach,
I'm like
and
Popeyes.
you can. I know. I'll eat spinach all day, kale all day. I don't know what it is. I hated green stuff growing up. So the fact that now, not just like it, I crave it. I crave kale for some reason, and it's healthy for you, right? So
Yeah. Some people think I'm not. Some people like gross me out because I love mayonnaise, uncooked broccoli with mayonnaise with cheese. Best thing I've ever had.
mayonnaise was
Best.
my. Growing up, I grew up on mayonnaise. That was it. My father would tell. We ate mayonnaise with rice. We ate mayonnaise with
Hey, man,
bread. We
with
made mayonnaise.
everything.
Hey, mayonnaise and spinach. I'm like, yeah, I'm there. I'm there with you. Yeah. And there's now vegan mayonnaise, even in plant based. I'm like, I got mayonnaise. Yeah,
Well, thank you, Ronnie, for being my special guest. Can you stick around for Math Corners?
of course. I can't wait.
Tiberius' favorite subject, it's Math Corners!
Well, thank you, Ronnie, for helping me with Math Corners. This big word is more multi-step word problems. You know my dad loves showing me how math can be used in the real world. Well, today we're going to talk about the zoo.
Zoos. All right. I'm game. What are we counting?
Okay, so here we go. Jason's school is going to a zoo for a field trip. There are 10 children, 6 parents, and 2 teachers. Children tickets are $5 each, and adult tickets are $7 each. How much will it cost for everyone to go to the zoo?
I'm ready. I got it.
Okay. Now, this seems to be an easy problem. Well, first you have to figure out the 10 children times $5 each. Well, that's easy. 5 times 10 is 50, so just add the dollar sign is $50. Now we have the adults. 6 parents plus 2 teachers is 8 adults. Then times that by $7, and then you get $56. So now you have to add the $50 plus the $56, then you get $106 for everyone to go to the zoo. And that's without any foods or drinks or tax.
I was gonna say that's pretty inexpensive there compared to what I'm used to.
So Ronnie, do you think that it's fair that parents have to pay more than the kids?
Yes, I do. I think it's fair, and I don't think the kids should pay anything. I think kids should be free. Period.
Well, nothing's free.
Nah,
Unfortunately.
I know.
Even free games. Not free. You have to pay for power. Yeah.
Power ups, all that in-game purchases.
Yeah.
Nothing's free. Nothing's free.
Now, Ronnie, my teacher said that I would use math every day. Do you use math in your work?
Oh yeah, every day. Yep, definitely. As business, you got to learn how to count money. That's the way it works. You don't count money. If you're not counting money, you're not earning money, then you're not in business.
Yep. Well, thank you so much, Ronnie, for your help with Math Corners.
Thank you. I just so you know, Tiberius, that was my very first math corner ever.
See David Smith Law.com.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
Wait, you are not Chuck.
My dad can help when people get hurt. He loves to help people.
If you are ever injured at work or in a car accident, you should call my friend Chuck.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
That website again is cwsmithlaw.com.
Offices, Orlando.
Does it actually have that much W's?
And now it's time for the Heart of a Lion. As you know, we talk about the qualities of living by the heart of a lion, which stands for leadership, integrity, obedience, and ability. This week, we're going to talk about leadership. For me, I think leadership is the act of loving what is good, having self-control, and being disciplined. The qualities of leadership are providing guidance and direction, organization, and being a positive influence on others. Well, this week, I was at T-Mobile attempting to get a new cover for my phone, because it's cracked. Well, I talked to the sales rep, and she went to the back to see if she could find one. When she found out that there was no phone covers for my model, she told me I could go to otterbox.com and get a new one for free since they have a lifetime warranty. She helped my dad with some stuff, and she showed me exactly where to get my free cover. Now, this is providing guidance and direction, even though they were not going to make any money. Now, that's what I call leadership. So, Ronnie, did you see or use leadership at all this week?
Oh yes, definitely. Met. Well, I had a couple of people that are members of Rock U Academy, and they're taking leadership or they're taking responsibility and accountability for their programs, stepping out, doing things that, quite frankly, that they were afraid to do before. But they know they need to be the leader of that movement or cause that they want to help and direct, right? So they're stepping out and taking responsibility, connecting with people, and saying, listen, if no one else is going to do this, I'm going to do this. And that's part of being a leader, is being able to know when to step up and uh, fill in that void when there's no one taking that leadership role. And I think more people need to be leaders out there.
Mm-hmm. Of all of the Heart of a Lion virtues, which virtue do you see the most?
I'd say I see, well, I can tell you what I see people wanting the most. What I see people wanting the most now is integrity. Because it's so easy to have no integrity if you think about it, right? Online, you can kind of hide. No one knows who you are. You can say whatever you want.
You can turn off your camera, say you're in the car, and you can just yeah.
Right? Or, yeah, there's just so many ways to not have integrity nowadays. So people search for it more because sometimes it just feels like everyone's fake. Like, is that really real? Everyone only shows on social media. They just show us things that are when they're all happy all the time. And you're like, are you really happy all the time? Or they never say anything that, they're struggling. So it's being in the coaching space where I'm at, we say being vulnerable. Are you sharing some of your weaknesses, some of your times where you were down, and being vulnerable, having the integrity to step up and actually share how you really feel or the real struggles, and then showing how you overcome that. Again, when you can show that transformation and really have the integrity, and where people believe in you and what you say and what you do and how you can help them, then it makes it easier for them to also take those steps forward because they feel like you've had the integrity to tell them that it can be done and they believe you.
Okay, well, we should always try and be lion strong in everything we do, shouldn't we?
Yes. I love that roar you had. First of all, I got kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie. With integrity, I was like, "Whoa, okay, that's a pretty loud roar, right?" And I think more people though need to step up and live those principles to be that lion, as you say, lion strong.
And that's our show, folks. I want to thank the one, the only, the amazing Ronnie Tsunami for being on my show. It has been so much fun talking to you today. I think we learned a lot about Rock You Academy and all the cool stuff that you do.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. We say aloha and mahalo. Mahalo means thank you in Hawaiian. For one, inviting me to be a part of this. This has been a super, super fun. It's got to be the most unique podcast I've ever been involved with. So, number one, thank you for that experience. And two, I just love what you do, man. You've got some big things ahead of you. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you do next.
Well, thank you. Do you mind giving your website?
Yeah, my website is rockuacademy.com. Just rock you as in YOU academy.com to learn more about our programs. And if you want to change the world and you need some help to get your message out there, you want to be that rock star coach, speaker, author, we'd love to help you change lives.
Also, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at The Tiberius Show. And please be sure to visit The Tiberius Show on YouTube and like and subscribe. Also, be sure to listen to us next week on The Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy.